Good evening, one and all, and welcome to episode 224 of Love at First Scent with me, Persolaise. I just need to poke your eyes out and do the usual thing here and make sure that everything is coming through on the tablet. Seems to be fine. Why isn't this going away? Go away. Right, okay. Thank you very much for tuning in, as I say, and the first comment goes to Christine, who says good evening from Beckenham, and Aileen says hello. Rich Mitch is here as well. For the benefit of those of you watching live, the plan for today is that we are going to quite quickly talk about this one because I thought we need to do a newish release. We haven't talked about a newish perfume for a while, and then we will take the usual 2-minute break and come back with a longer video that won't necessarily be about perfume, but maybe will be a celebratory sort of video. I won't say much more than that because it's not going to mean anything for the people watching the recording. So if you're sticking around for the lives, you may enjoy the next one. Comments coming through already saying golden sweater. Yes, it actually looks more brown in real life than it's shinier on the screen for some, which is not a bad thing necessarily. GLD Edmund says, do you mean I'm watching this live? 4 question marks? Yes, to every single question mark. Hi from Mumbai, says Planter's Daughter. Namaste to you. And somebody's already retracting comments. Nice sweater. The sweater reminds me of Black Orchid Parfum, says you. Actually, yes, this does. I am a Tom Ford bottle. I swear to you, I do not plan these things, but yes, basically, I am the embodiment of a Tom Ford bottle today. Okay, this has been out for a little while. By that I mean, what, 2 months, 3 months? And I've had this sample for a few weeks. This is the Parfum version of Tom Ford Ombre Leather. And as you can see, I have been very good, and I haven't unsealed it because I thought, no, this is one that I want to do live with you on Love at First Scent. And an opportunity, Rich Me says, think you look like an Oscar with this. Moving on. Maybe the Oscar statuette should be holding a Tom Ford bottle. Now that would be a good bit of product endorsement, product placement, wouldn't it? Lannan, hold that thought, okay? The thought that you have just expressed there. Thank you very much, but hold that thought. I wanted to save it to smell it with you, and it's been on my desk in my study, and every single time I thought, oh no, I'm not going to make it for a live with this one. Just unwrap it now and let's just smell it. But then I thought, no, come on, we need to do this properly. So the original one, you will remember, was, I believe, now I don't know exactly how this worked, but I think for some of his catwalk shows, Tom Ford released limited edition scents. Somebody will correct me about this if I'm wrong. I think I may be right. And Ombre Leather, which in its first incarnation was called Ombre Leather 16, I think was the scent of a runway show and a limited edition release, which was an EDP. And all I have got of that is this little lab sample that I was given, I think back in 2016, may have been early 2017. If the internet is to be believed, this is a composition by Sonia Constant, but we always need to be careful with that because the brand, Tom Ford never officially, I don't think they've ever really officially released the names of their perfumers. I have no reason to believe that it's not Sonia Constant, but we just need to be careful that technically that information may be wrong. But certainly if you look online, she is credited as the perfumer. She's also credited as the perfumer of this one. So 2016, we had this. Then I think in 2018, it actually went into the main Tom Ford range. Could have been 2019. And now we have this Parfum version, which is a little bit of a trend in the Tom Ford range because, as somebody mentioned already, what was it? Black Orchid came out as a Parfum, and I recall being quite fond of Ombre Leather. I mean, leather is a bit of an easy sell for me, and the Tom Ford brand does have one of the best leathers available on the market anyway, in the form of Tuscan leather. And I guess what I thought about this one was that maybe it was maybe a little bit more baroque, maybe spicier, maybe not as dry as Tuscan leather, but I remember being fond of it, even though I didn't end up wearing it a great deal. Maybe it was because it was a lab sample, and I thought, well, better save it. And I on purpose haven't re-smelt this one because I thought I don't want to sort of cloud my judgment. We will re-smell it probably in a minute when we've done the parfum. But here we go. What are people saying already? Another viewer from the Netherlands says Anemika. Is that how you say your name? Gavin is saying hello. Keith is saying hello from Canada. Looking absolutely fabulous. Very chic, says Love My Family. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, let's get the blotter. The parfum version of Tom Ford Ombre Leather. I'm sure a lot of you out there have tried this. Curious to know if you think this is redundant, says Gino. Ooh, does that mean that you think it is? Okay, let's see. And am I right in thinking that I quite liked the parfum version of Black Orchid, in the sense that I thought it was the best version? Because I'm not a huge Black Orchid fan. But I seem to remember enjoying that. You'll probably remember better than I do. I'm so over Tom Ford's leather fragrances, says Ivana. Oh, but there's always room for another good leather if it's been done well. Okay, let's see. Okay, actually, appropriately, Persolaise is never wrong, says Mr. Darkshines. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I hope I'm not always right. I like the ombre leather, but haven't smelt this version, says Gina. Okay. What I was going to say is that I am taken straight back to the memory of smelling the EDP, which is a good thing. But I think it's so weird how it was so weird, but also so wonderful how scent immediately starts playing with your memories. Woozy, fair enough. Woozy saying that I don't like Frederic Malmesieur, so yes, I can be wrong. I'll let you have that one. And I remember thinking at the time when I smelt the EDP that I wondered what the points of difference were between this one and Tuscan leather. And I guess it goes back to what I was saying a few minutes ago. What makes Tuscan leather is that it starts with this really wonderfully cheap, almost trashy berry fruit note, tart fruit note, and then it goes into this gorgeous leather in the manner of Canisia 10. I suppose what's different here is that you get a spicier opening and the whole feels less single-minded. Tuscan leather is quite a single-minded it's almost a linear perfume, whereas this one does away with the sort of linear quality. And to go back to a word that I used a few minutes ago, it feels more baroque, more orchestrated, and spicier. And I really like this version so far. And I'm thinking, I'm glad I've got this bottle because I want to wear this some more. I'll leave that to develop for a few minutes. Where's my pencil? Because I would like to just do an initial... I want to share some impressions as well. See, for me, the sign of a good leather perfume is one that takes me straight back to Morocco and walking through the old souk, the old bazaar in Fez, which is just the most extraordinary place if you ever get a chance to visit it. Mind you, I'm saying this having not been there for quite some time. I would love to go back. When was it that I was there? It must have been like maybe 2007, 2008. So yeah, quite a little while. I hope it hasn't changed too much. These sorts of leather perfumes for me always smell really, really ancient, like they are tapping into some very, very primal base urges. And I guess that's the other point of difference with Tuscan leather. Tuscan leather somehow does feel like it's got a kind of streamlined, easy, not trying too hard Mediterranean chic. Whereas this is all about descending into very, very, very dangerous, lava. Love My Family says, I was thinking today, would love to visit Morocco. Yes, if ever the travelling goes back to being easy. I think Morocco have just decided, the Moroccan government have just, the authorities have just decided recently that people from the UK can't travel to Morocco, which, you know, if that's what they need to do to stay safe, then that's what they need to do. But it is a shame. Let's just very, very quickly look at the tiniest little bit of press blurb that I have on this. It starts with a quote from Mr. Ford himself. Most of my scents explicitly capture some real aspects of my life. With ombre leather, every note is connected to the American West of my childhood. See, I would never have that association because, well, not only is the American West not a part of my childhood, but I've never even been to the USA. The new Parfum builds on the wild, unbridled sensuality of the original scent. It is a heightened expression. Unbridled is good word for this. Tom Ford presents the debut of his latest signature fragrance, Ombre Leather Parfum, a distinct floral leather that merges notes of black leather with powerful violet leaf and sensual cedarwood. See, actually, as soon as I read that, I think, oh gosh, yeah, that's the thing that's different. So Tuscan leather has got the sort of tart strawberry raspberry note, and this is doing that kind of Fahrenheit violet leaf. Absolutely. And that's probably why I like it, actually. Capturing the untethered sensuality of the American West. Intensifying the textural impression of the iconic premier scent, Ombre Leather Parfum drapes the distinctly rich, luxurious leather signature in a surprising new addition, Violet Leaf Absolute or Pure. Building to an unparalleled level of opulence, this powerful green floral note exudes the intensely floral air of fresh violets in a bouquet, giving way to the woody sensuality of cedar. Then it says, carefully harvested before monsoon season to produce an exceptionally elevated extract. Jasmine Sambac Absolute India or Pure adds an unexpected layer of sensuality with a fruity floral facet recalling ripe honeysuckle. Okay, that's not necessarily coming through, but violet leaf, absolutely. Which, yeah, this is good. This is good. We need to wear it to work tomorrow, Persolaise. Right, where's my YouTube feed gone? By the way, I should say, Jeremiah, thank you very much. Does Go Dolphin smell like Tuscan leather? I don't know. Sorry, I can't answer that one. Gavin says, I think you've just outlined the attraction of leather sex clubs with your description of the appeal to primal urges, if you say so, Gavin. Woozy says, I hate Gold Dolphin. What is this Gold Dolphin that you're talking about? I don't know that one. And Gavin is pointing out that Tom Ford is Texan himself. Right, before time runs away with us, let's very, very quickly do the EDP and see. I mean, this isn't the ideal way of doing it, just when I've saturated my nose with the parfum. But let's see if we get that. Ah, interesting, because actually that green violet leaf thing is not there so prominently, and it seems to somehow actually come across as sweeter. I mean, that could be because I'm going straight from smelling the greener version to the original. But certainly if first sniff is concerned, I prefer this new parfum very, very, very much. And there we are. We didn't think there was a gap. There was a leather sex club gap in our leather perfume collection. So, oh, hang on. Gavin's saying, O leather equals Fahrenheit, T leather equals Canisia 10. Oh, sorry, ombre leather equals Fahrenheit, Tuscan leather equals Canisia 10, another fragrance equals Abbey Rouge. Do you think doing versions of classic fragrances is Tom Ford's main creative opus? It's a good point, because you're talking about his noir there, aren't you? Well, you know, if that is how he does it, if he goes to older scents and says, I'd like to revisit them and make my own version, he absolutely wouldn't be the first person to do that. That's kind of how Frederic Malle has made the majority of his collection as well. So if that's how he does it, then I wholeheartedly approve. Anyway, we are done with this. Don't forget to visit your local sex club on your way to pick up your groceries, or maybe on the way back. And don't forget that there will be a blotter update. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done so, and do consider supporting my work on Ko-fi. And if you are watching live, then come back in a few minutes, because we're going to be doing a very special video. So I knew you meant modus operandi, because you did O Mirandi, Gavin. You confused me. Anyway, never mind. See you soon.